Well, holy shit. I'm definitely in trouble because I like the way it looks. Well, today it's raining out. It's actually super cold. So I figured it'd be a good day to mess around with wheels and tires. So my 55 Chevy, the motor started smoking real bad for some reason. So I haven't really been driving it. I have the other one in the garage, so I guess I'm convinced I should probably do it. But I want to go beat on it first with a bunch of different burnouts. And I got a bunch of wheels and tires in the backyard. I don't know if you guys have even been in here, but I guess you probably can assume by the fancy stuff I have and the fancy garage. I got a fancy backyard, which obviously I do. But so all this junk, I've got these old oh, they're flat. They're slicks on a set of, you know, kind of unilug slots. So I want to see if those fit. I don't know if these big honking tires will fit or not. I probably need tubes. I didn't when I did the arches, I didn't go nuts, which I probably should have. Over here in the B pile, I got these Pro Star wheels. They're 14s. I got a set of these Keystones. They're beat. And I actually have over here, these are little truck wheels with a bunch of old dirt track tires on them that are flat. But I'm thinking these would make really good burnout tires because they're just kind of junk. So I'm thinking maybe take these off, put a set on there and those ones, and maybe put them on the car. Now the 55, it's got these chrome, reverse chrome, whatever they're called. They're all right, but I'm kind of over them. Needs a bigger tire on it and stuff anyways. But like I said, this thing is just smoking. I don't know what its deal is. So I don't know, I'll fire it up, I'll spin it around, see if those tires and rims will even fit. And then I don't know, I think I want those slots on the back. But we'll see how she goes. So I'll let this warm up, we'll spin these cars around, do a little messing around. I may have really opened up a can of worms. So I put these big wheels and tires on. They ain't gonna fit, but man, does this thing look cool. So I'm thinking maybe hacking and slashing might be in order in the near future, because it looks good. Look at this thing. Those big meats, god do they fill it in. So shitty rain's really getting in the way of the fun time here. I only have 2 lug nuts on each side just to kind of hold on. I'm going to drop it down and see what it looks like. So I have it, the stands are on the diff, so like the weight's on it, and it's not currently rubbing, but it will for sure. Now I could probably get away with actually trimming a lot of this lip almost right out to the edge, and it might just barely clear. Obviously outside would, but I'd have like a couple inches of travel. So maybe I could put some bump stops or something on. Because holy crap, does this thing look good. I think anyways. Okay, I'm gonna drop it down, see what it looks like, and convince myself otherwise. All I was gonna do is see if these wheels fit. Now I'm convinced I gotta chop this car up. Well, holy shit. I'm definitely in trouble because I like the way it looks. And I don't know. Either I gotta jack the radius, I could try trimming the lip. It's actually not too bad. The other side's a little worse, so I might be able to get away with it. The other thing is these are 29.5 by 9 wide, so they have a pile of bulge in them. I could probably go a 28, and it would probably give close to the same effect where it's tucked up in there, because I had those other wheels, I think that's what they were, is 28s or 27s or some weird size like that, and they kind of were just too small. These are just too big, so it's like the old Goldilocks. But wow, fucking love this thing right now. So testing out wheels for burnout tires may have really opened up a whole can of worms. And I also have a set of, well, those slots right there I could put on the front, and then it'd be like slots the whole way around. So let me know what you guys think about that. Should I go slots, make the slicks fit? I don't know. Like these are obviously, these are full-blown illegal. These are actually drag slicks. So I have to get a set of like the ET Streets, these are ET Drags, but I think they're all the same size. I can make them fit and it would have ultimately the same-ish look. So yeah, that's awesome. Well, it's the next day. Kind of feel like I painted myself into a corner with this video because I was just kind of putting wheels on. But I took a bunch to work today and had a bunch of wheels and tires that I had switched all around. I think the tire guy at work really hates me. Oh, I bought this pile of junk. So I was looking at a radiator yesterday. And the guy had this, so it's some sort of like Chevy 4-barrel intake manifold that somebody had welded on a plate to make two 2-barrel carburetors fit on. How could I not buy it? It was damn near free. But anyways, this thing's still sitting there. So what I did, I had these race, whatever, dirt track tires put on these Keystones I had, which are basically just for burnouts. I pulled the slicks off the slot mags, so they weren't going to fit, and then I had these, I don't know if they're Cooper Cobras or whatever, so I'm going to see if I'll slap these suckers on and see how they fit. The other thing I got, maybe we'll do this today too. I bought from CPP, it's a sway bar kit for the Tri-5, so for Danny's car. So maybe we'll do that. I'll unload some tires. God, do I have just Kragers and steel wheels and slots and so much stuff. But I'm gonna unload these, slap these wheels on this sucker. Hopefully it'll fit cool. And oh, hopefully I got some lug nuts. But yeah, I'll slap that together, see what it looks like. I'm thinking it'll be better than it was anyways. And then maybe we'll pull the 57 in here, jack it up, read the instructions on this sucker. I'm hoping it won't be too difficult. I'm assuming it's got to be just a couple holes in the frame and then something to the lower control arms, right? But yeah, I'll get this all sorted out and bring it right back. Well, they're in there. They're a little snug, but I don't know. I just hate the way this this radius is. Like, it's kind of fatter at the bottom and not as tall, so it fills the top lip but not the front and back. It is what it is. This is like a 28-inch tire, so we'll see. The back spacing is a little funny. It's a little far out, so it's gonna be close. We'll take it for a test drive, see what happens, see how she rubs, if at all. But it's better than it was. That's damn sure. I'm happy with it. So this is the sway bar kit. So pretty simple. It's your typical sway bar, so it's got your two little mount to the frame, and what you actually do, you have these kind of U-bolts, and you drill 2 holes in the frame. It'll go through, bolt it to it, you're all done. And it's got this, you drill a hole through the lower control arm, bolt it into place, and you got your end links to join it all together. So seems simple. I don't know, doesn't really have any measurements for what goes where. It just says kind of assemble it all, and I guess I'll just kind of eyeball it on the car and bolt it all together. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'll get this junk on the road and take it for a quick ride around the block, see how bad the tires rub, if at all. I'm hoping not. And then we'll whip the 57 in here, jack her up, and see what happens. Well, Queen D is up in the air. 55's on the street. I took it around the block. Everything seemed good. I didn't show you guys because it's a little embarrassing, but I gave one of the wheel studs a couple too many ooga-doogas with the old impact. But this is actually an original one, so I probably should be changing those. So I'll get some studs tomorrow. I might as well do them all while I'm at it. Yeah, so this thing's up in the air. I'm gonna get this thing kind of together of sorts. Give it a grease with the supplied grease, put it all together, and see if there's any measurements, but it kind of seems like I'm just going to eyeball it and drill her into the frame and control arms. By this picture, it looks like it should be up close to the front of the horn. So we'll see how she goes. I might Google a few pictures. I'm not against cheating. Alright, so here's the old sway bar. I got a set of vice grips holding it in place about where I want it. Where the end links are, I basically measured from a bolt in the lower ball joint and 5 inches out will be about where those things are going to go. So I brought my Sharpie. I'm going to Sharpie them real quick and then take them apart. I'm going to anchor in those lower brackets, just kind of loose or whatever. So I'm happy with that. The sway bar will be centered, and then all I got to do is these top, it's kind of crooked, so I got to kind of level it where I want it so that I guess the sway bars are straight up, or the end links are straight up and down, I should say. I'm doing this with the weight on the vehicle, like on the suspension. I'm thinking that's probably the best way to center all together. So yeah, mark those, drill them, bolt them on, and center the top, drill some holes, bolts are all together. So seems simple, but getting this sway bar up by yourself and trying to clamp it and getting it centered, nightmare, absolute nightmare. But I saved you guys that aggravation. I kept it all to myself. So here we go. So it's probably hard to see here, it's bright out, but I got everything kind of close, so it's kind of in line. Everything's loose, but I tightened it up and it seemed to be okay. I got my sway bar in the front. I measured up a couple of holes in the frame, so it's pretty much as straight as it's going to be. I mean, nothing has to be perfect here, right? So yeah, that's that. I'm going to drill the 2 holes on either side of the little bushing there, which has this. Basically, it's kind of like a U-clamp, so this will fit through the top of the frame, like in the center of the frame down, and they'll just basically be 2 studs coming out, a couple of nuts on there, bolt that down, tighten up the end links, and yeah, that should be it. Installed, professionally installed. You can see this, it's still light out, but it's kind of awkward. So that's how she worked out. Definitely, I don't know, it was okay. The end links have a bit of an angle to them, but if I straighten them out, it would be, because the way the control arm curves back, they'd be tilted back. So I kind of just did the middle of what I thought was right. And ultimately, I think once it's on the ground, it'll actually push itself out a little bit, because even though it's got the weight on it, the rear wheels are still on the ground, so it doesn't act exactly the same. But I'm going to clean this junk up. We'll take it for a quick test drive and see if it feels any different. I think it's going to be mint, but it's probably like, you know when you chop mufflers off and the car feels faster? That's probably like this. Alright, well, we got this hot rod out. It actually drives real nice with this sway bar. It doesn't wall all over the place. So I guess it was a win for, it's 150 bucks. That worked out pretty good. And the tires, I don't think I mentioned it on the 55, so they're 275/60 15s on an 8-inch wide rim with 3.5-inch back spacing, and they fit inside on that thing. It's all stock rear suspension, so that worked out pretty good. I don't know if I'd be able to fit that big of a tire. If the wheels weren't radius, I'm sure it'd be a bit of a pain in the ass to get them in, but that's pretty slick. So I don't know, a bit of a try-fi video there, test fitting wheels on the 55 and sway bar on the 57. So I don't know, I thought it was a good one. Let me know what you guys think, if you like the try-fi stuff or what. I'm getting back to the T, but I'm definitely a little kind of burnt out on it, and I'm actually waiting on parts, which are taking forever. But I think that's where we're gonna end this one here. So let me know what you think. Leave a comment, like the channel, subscribe to the channel, tell a friend. Hit the bell. Hit the bell. The bell's an important one there for sure. And yeah, guess we'll see you guys on the next one. It's like a race against the clock. So I don't know, it's gonna rain. So the intake's just sitting on it, valve covers are on it, just any moisture can kind of stay out of it.